Deep in the heart of the largest tropical rainforest on Earth, every day is a battle for survival. Here, trees use poisons to defend themselves, ants farm a fungi like true farmers, and gigantic eagle can snatch a monkey from the treetops. Welcome to the Amazon, a mysterious world where only the most ingenious creatures become the true masters of survival. The Amazon is the largest and most impressive tropical rainforest on our planet. It is home to about 1 out of every 10 species on Earth, making it an extraordinary sanctuary of biodiversity. Although it may appear to be a vast tropical paradise, the reality is very different. In this region, water and forest are deeply connected. Every year, these two elements meet when rising waters flood the forest. The Amazon's almost unimaginable in size. It covers nearly 3.5 million square kilometers, yet this immense region is far from uniform. It is made up of a mosaic of very different environments, ranging from flooded lowland forests to mountain forests growing on dry soils. At the heart of this lush green world, countless animals struggle every day to survive. Welcome to the Amazon rainforest, a mysterious place that shelters an incredible variety of creatures. Every morning, howler monkeys announce the arrival of a new day. Their powerful calls serve to mark their territory within the forest. But these cries can also attract the attention of a predator with exceptional vision. The harpy eagle is one of the most powerful birds of prey in the world. It is capable of carrying a howler monkey away in its talons. Its broad, rounded wings allow it to move with remarkable precision through the dense canopy. Its legs are as thick as a man's wrist, and its talons are among the largest of any eagle. This bird can carry prey that weighs as much as it does. But today, the giant's target is only a simple branch. The leaves it carries are destined for its nest, built high in one of the tallest trees of the rainforest. These leaves are not only used to build or decorate the nest. In this forest, many plants produce toxic chemical substances to prevent animals from eating them. The leaves brought to the nest may therefore act as a natural insect repellent. In this way, the eagles may actually be using a form of natural chemical defense to protect their chick. The seemingly uniform greenery of the Amazon actually hides many differences. There are terra firma forests located on higher ground, and flooded forests that border the immense network of rivers and lakes. Many trees are engaged in a true chemical war. They produce substances that protect their leaves from herbivores. However, these same trees also produce attractive fruits to encourage certain animals to eat them. Woolly monkeys play an important role in this system. When they eat fruits such as figs, rich in nutrients and filled with tiny seeds, they help disperse those seeds throughout the forest. By feeding themselves, they help spread fig trees across the rainforest. In this invisible battle, trees attempt to protect their leaves with poisons while encouraging animals to consume their fruits. These fruits are extremely nutritious, and they have shaped the behavior of another forest resident, the cock of the rock. Every morning, after quickly gorging themselves on fruit, the brightly colored males gather in a communal display area known as a lek. Each male has a perch close to the ground and a small territory beneath it. Thanks to the energy provided by fruit, the males can spend most of the day displaying. They compete with one another to attract females, sometimes trying to drive rivals away from their perches. When a female with more subdued colors arrives, the males descend toward their territories. Strangely, they then become almost motionless and silent. They wait with puffed up feathers, hoping the female will visit their space. Some males even attempt to disrupt the displays of their rivals by suddenly intruding. Meanwhile, the female carefully observes and evaluates the quality of each male. The males take advantage of beams of sunlight filtering through the forest to highlight their brilliant colors. Eventually, the female chooses a male positioned at the edge of the arena. The mating takes place discreetly, Trees reward animals that disperse their seeds by producing delicious fruits, but to protect their leaves, many of them rely on chemical defenses. Thus, a silent war exists between plants and the animals that feed on their leaves. And the greatest leaf consumer in the Amazon is a tiny insect, the leafcutter ant. Its jaws vibrate at an astonishing speed, nearly 1,000 movements per second as it cuts through leaves. The worker ants do not eat these leaves directly because they may be toxic. Instead, they carry them back to their nest. Along the way, they lay down a chemical trail called a pheromone, which guides other ants. The amount produced is extremely small. Each ant releases only a billionth of a gram. Yet this is enough to create a true scented highway. A leaf being carried may weigh up to 20 times the weight of the ant, equivalent to a human carrying a 1-ton load. Even more remarkable, these ants can travel over 100 meters from their nest, which would correspond to a 25-kilometer journey for a human. And that's not all. Smaller ants sometimes ride on top of the leaf being carried, acting as guards to protect the carrier from parasitic flies. But flies are not their only threat. A parasitic fungus can infect an ant, grow inside its body, and eventually produce a structure that releases spores to infect other ants. The underground nest of leafcutter ants is enormous and can contain up to 8 million individuals. The leaves they bring back are placed in special chambers where other workers cut them into smaller fragments. All of this work serves to cultivate a fungus, which is the main food source for the colony. The ants are therefore true farmers. The smallest workers take care of the fungus gardens. The ants and the fungus depend entirely on one another for survival. If the ants bring leaves that contain chemicals harmful to the fungus sends a signal. The ants then understand that they must collect different types of leaves. At the center of this immense colony is the queen. In this tiny world, she is a true giant. She can weigh 1,500 times more than the smallest workers. Her role is unique. She produces all the eggs that will become the many types of workers in the colony. The colony never stops working, constantly digging new chambers to grow more fungus. The waste from the cultivation chambers is carried outside the nest and deposited at a distance. The ants have developed an effective strategy for managing toxic leaves, but they are not the only creatures that must deal with the chemical defenses of plants. Other animals have found very different ways to overcome this challenge. The sloth, for example, has its own method of finding edible leaves, although it takes a long time. The sloth's legendary slowness is due to the low nutritional value of the leaves it eats. To survive with such a poor diet, it has developed an extremely slow metabolism, allowing it to conserve energy. With its keen sense of smell, it can detect leaves that contain little or no toxins. Young sloths learn these feeding choices by watching their mother. In the forest, even the slightest movement can attract a predator's attention. But for the sloth, this is not much of a problem. It spends most of its time sleeping and resting. Meanwhile, an important event is about to occur in the nest of the harpy eagle. A chick is about to hatch. The female performs most of the tasks at the nest and protects the chick from the intense tropical sun. The young bird will spend nearly 5 months in the nest, growing until it reaches almost the impressive size of its parents. During this entire period, the adults continue bringing branches and leaves that act as insect repellents. Suddenly, the female notices movement. It is not a sloth, but a howler monkey. This monkey will be one of the many prey animals the parents will bring to feed their single chick over the coming months. Only the largest trees in the forest can support the enormous nests of harpy eagles. One of their favorite trees is the Brazil nut tree. It is a true giant of the rainforest, and its fruits are equally impressive. Each fruit can weigh more than 2 kilograms. And because the tree can reach 50 meters in height, a falling fruit can be dangerous. There's even been a reported case of a fruit falling and killing a person. The shell of the fruit's extremely hard.
For a long time, it remained a mystery which animal could open it. Today we know that a rodent called the agouti is responsible. With its sharp incisors and powerful jaws, the agouti can crack the shell and reach the nuts inside. However, this requires a great deal of patience and effort. The agouti eats some of the seeds and buries the rest to eat later. Fortunately for the tree, the rodent sometimes forgets where it buried some of its food. These forgotten seeds can then germinate and grow into new trees. In this way, the agouti acts as an unintentional gardener of the Brazil nut tree. The large seeds can remain dormant for more than a year before they begin to grow. But the story does not end there. Another animal also depends on the fruit of the Brazil nut tree. It is a poison dart frog, a small frog with bright colors. This frog obtains its toxins by eating ants and mites that themselves acquire poisons from plants. The frog concentrates these toxins in its body and advertises its danger through its bright colors. The female lays her eggs on the damp forest floor. The male stays behind to guard them and keep them clean. When the eggs hatch, he carries the tadpoles on his back. They cling to the mucus on his skin. He then transports them one by one to empty Brazil nutshells filled with water. Before placing them there, he ensures that these miniature pools contain enough food. These shells become safe nurseries for the tadpoles. After several months, young frogs emerge from these shelters. The Amazon rainforest is a challenging environment. Far from being a paradise, it is filled with toxic plants and chemical defenses. Its inhabitants must constantly adapt to these challenges. Howler monkeys often spend long hours resting while they digest leaves that are difficult to process. When night falls, the forest changes completely. New creatures emerge from the shadows. Among them is the four-eyed opossum. This omnivorous animal prepares for a night of activity. It relies mainly on its sense of smell to find food in the darkness. But sometimes it must compete with other animals. A fallen fruit can attract many fruit-eating bats. The opossum must act quickly if it wants to claim the fruit before they do. The bats, absorbed in their meal, must remain cautious of this opportunistic rival. Even when the opossum leaves, they often return to continue their feast. The Amazon is a world where many things remain hidden. Trees offer delicious fruits while protecting their leaves with poisons. It is a universe where plants and animals wage an invisible war. But for every living creature in this forest, there is an even greater challenge: time and the seasons. The Amazon is a region of abundant rainfall. Up to 2.5 meters of rain can fall each year, most of it during the rainy season. Trees play an essential role in this climate cycle. In fact, about half of the rain that falls over the forest actually comes from the forest itself. Leaves release water vapor into the atmosphere. This vapor forms clouds that eventually fall again as rain. But these rains can also bring danger. For example, if the young harpy eagle becomes completely soaked, it could die from the cold. Storms gradually transform the forest. Rivers overflow and begin to spread into the surrounding land. Little by little, water enters the forest. The storms are so intense that the forest becomes a world halfway between land and water. If you enjoy discovering the fascinating secrets of nature and wildlife, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventures. And tell me in the comments which Amazon animal impressed you the most.